Hi, in this video we'll be discussing GMAT official guide 2017 edition quant problem solving question number 38. Let's have a look at this question. So if you look at this question, the question says a student's average or arithmetic mean test score on 4 tests is 78. What must be the student score on the 5th test for the student's average score on the 5 tests to be 80? So first 4 tests he is averaging 78. So what he must score in the 5th test so that his average score shoots up to 80. Okay, there are multiple ways to think through this question, right? So but before that, all you need to know the definition of average or arithmetic mean. What is average? Average is nothing but sum of all the elements divided by the number of things. Now let's do first the conventional way, then we will see what are all the alternative ways to solve this question. Here the conventional way would be what? First they have given us 4 tests, he is averaging 78. So average is 78 and the first 4 tests, right? So the sum would be 78 into 4. 78 into 4 is 80 into 4 is 320. So you have to subtract 2 into another 4 from that. So that will give you 312. Alright. Now in the 5th test, let's assume like he has scored something x. But what the question says, again the definition of the average now has to be 80, right? So sum has to be 312 plus say 5th test he has scored is some x. So the number of elements now it is 5 because there are 5 tests. So that means 80 into 5 will get you 400. So 400 is equal to 312 plus x. Now if you subtract x, right, if you subtract 400 minus 312, you will get x as 88. So that's it, answer has to be E here. Here mathematical, that is the conventional way itself is pretty simple. So you can arrive at an answer quickly. So we'll see next how we can think through this question alternatively. Now let's see what is an alternative way of solving this question. Of course, alternative way of solving this question would be back solving because we have numbers in the answer choices. So we can work along with answer choice C and we'll see whether it matches the condition of the question, right? So we can do that. So we'll do first back solving. Then there is one more, right? If you know the interpretation of, if you understand the interpretation of this question and the definition of the average, this could be much more simpler as well. You no need to do all these back solving and the conventional way which we did earlier. Okay, let's see first what is the back solving. So back solving is, of course, you will assume the 5th test average has to be 84. Okay, 5th test average is 84. And you have already first 4 tests you have scored 78, right? So the total would be, right, as usual the average, right, average definition is total divided by number of things. So in that case first 4 tests 78 into 4, right? So 78 into 4 will get you 312 plus 84, but we need to have the average, right, as 80. After the 5 tests the average to be 80. So what he has to score in the 5th test? We have assumed he has scored in the 5th test as 84, but we need is 80 into 5, that is total as, that is average as 80 and total divided by number of things. There are 5 tests, so that means total divided by 5, which is nothing but total has to be 400. So we are nowhere going to get this as 400 because if you add the units place is going to get 6. So that means this is eliminated. Of course, this will be lesser than 400 because, right, you need 88 to get a 0 here. So of course you will eliminate all the other answer choices. The answer has to be here E88. Okay, so this is what back solving is. Now let's see what is that interpretation from the definition of the average. So what is average means? Average means out of all the sum I am dividing by the number of elements. So what is an average of all the scores, right? We are trying to figure out what is an average of all the elements which is given over there, right? So our average to be attained here has to be 80. They have told that first 4 elements averaging, right, first 4 tests average at 78. So 78, 78, 78, 78, and 5th test he has to score something so that his average becomes 80. So on an average I need to get 80, but all the first 4 tests, right, we are lesser by 2 values, that is this is less than, from the average this is 2 deviating, minus 2 deviating, this is also minus 2 deviating, this is also minus 2 deviating, this is also minus 2 deviating. So all the first 4 tests you are deviating by minus 8, right? And the 5th test, to overcome this, right, you have to score the first 80 plus these 8 deviations, that is 2 deviations of 4, so which is 8, total 8 deviations. So you have to score in the fifth test total of 88 to arrive at an answer. So answer is E, 88. So you could ask me what is the concept behind this. For an example, right, if somebody asks you find the average of 14, 19, 33, 40, right, or something like 41, right, all you need to do is, right, there are random elements, you don't need to add everything, you can just randomly pick something as average. For an example, I will pick something as average as say 30, which looks like a good number. So from 30 we can work along with the question. From 30, 14 is deviated, 14 is 16 less, 19 is 11 less, 33 is 3 more, 41 is 11 more, right? So in that case, right, so total these are all the deviations. This is negative deviations or positive deviations. You can cancel this minus 11 plus 11. So minus 16 and 3 you will get what? Minus 16 and 3 you will get minus 13. So that means your average is now, right, minus 13 divided, number of elements is now 4. So minus 13 divided by 4 is 3.25, negative 3.25 lesser than the 30. So if you take it negative 3.25 lesser than the 30, it has to be 26.75. So that means the average of these 4 elements has to be 26.75. So that's the same concept we are using here, finding the deviations, then working along with the question to find the average. So if you want to cross check whether this and this is right, just quickly cross check here. This give you 29, 33, right? 33 plus 33, 66. I'm just adding 14 and 19, 66. 66 plus 41 is 107. 107 when we divide by 4, right? So 26 point, you will have 3 by 4, which is 75. So you're going to get the same result. So that's the concept behind it. I hope this is clear. I hope both the back solving and as well as the definition of the average is also clear. Answer has to be E here, 88. Thank you.